Is the cruiser market doomed in Europe? As I was saying, is the cruiser market doomed here in Europe? Or do you think it is actually okay as it is? I asked this simply because years ago you would see several brands, and within those brands several models of cruisers. We had the Kawasaki, the Vulcan 900, and you had like the 1500 and 1600 and the 2000 as well. I know you had the Yamaha making the 950, the XVS 950 and the 1300, and there was like the 600s as well, I believe, 650, and the Suzuki with the Intruder. So many. Did I mention the Honda Shadow as well? You had lot of options, and not only like on higher displacements, but as well like 125, 250s. So your market was huge. And nowadays, when I think of it, I know when I go and research the market, like see what my options are, I start to see like, yeah, unless I pay lots of money, there's not really that many options out there. What do you have? Well, you have here the Kawasaki Vulcan S, which is a cruiser with a twist. No, it has a parallel twin and all that, so it doesn't really have, it's missing that traditional cruiser sound. You have the Rebel, it has a smaller engine. Oh, you have the Yamaha. I think that's pretty much the only one keeping a V-twin on a cruiser. I mean, from the ones I was mentioning, like Suzuki's and Hondas and all that. So you have the Yamaha Bolt, the XV950, but that is already a jump from the Kawasaki Vulcan S. I think here in the UK the Bolt is close to 10k already, so this is 650. It is a difference in price, but I haven't tried one yet, but probably it will offer you better quality components and all that. We have the Triumph. The Triumph actually makes some of them. I mean, they have the Bonneville Speedmaster, you have the Bobber. What else do you have? Oh, you have of course the Rocket 3, but then you're already jumping from a bike that costs 10k to one that costs like 20k. It is a huge jump. You could buy a second bike with that. Moto Guzzi has one with strange looks on it, but that's not cheap either. And to be fair, I've never seen one on the street. Yeah, of course, then you have your Harleys and your Indians, which are fantastic bikes. But on the kind of entry level market, there really isn't that many options, I'm afraid. Here in Europe, no, your options are very limited. So if I want to upgrade from the Vulcan S, and I have had that discussion on some of the Kawasaki Vulcan S's Facebook groups, and no, there were people from the US recommended me, oh, you can go to the Kawasaki Vaquero, and I have to tell them like, yeah, that will be an option, but not anymore. Not anymore, and it wouldn't be like a cheap bike either. Yeah, so what are your options? I'm not totally sure if I'm forgetting anything. So you could go, Kawasaki has one, the Honda has one. Then you have the Triumphs. You can either start at the 10k or whatever for the Bobber and the Speedmaster, or just jump all the way to the Rocket 3, which will be a different beast altogether. Your Indians, your Harleys, you are very limited. If you go to Harley now, well, let's say that Harley is not in the best place in the world at the moment, and some of the models, they are looking to say goodbye to them, and that includes the entry level, the Street 750. Those will be no more. And you have a Rocket 3 here. We're just speaking about the rocketry. But yeah, it makes me sad that there are not that many options now for those cruiser guys and girls. We are really stuck with just a few of them. Gone are the good old days. Well, we had many choices on the small displacement cruiser markets. If we had here, for example, Vulcan 900, an updated version with ABS and all that, I would have bought that instead of the Vulcan S. It's more like the style that I wanted. It has more of a traditional cruiser bike look, so I would get that instead, absolutely. Even though some people would say, oh, but it's a slower bike and blah blah blah. Yeah, but I don't really care much about that. Yes, I do like to sometimes just open the throttle and go a bit faster, but that will last like for 10 seconds and I'm done with it. Yeah, I'm happy now. So I'm not looking here to break any speed records or anything like that. As you see from my rides, I'm more like to sit back, enjoy the views, just enjoy the ride, essentially. Yeah. Well, this is just kind of a small rant from my side, complaining how the cruiser market is, what it was and what it is here in Europe. Let me stress that, here in Europe, because as I said before, US market, for example, you still have lots of options. So that's not a problem for you guys. You are lucky around that side of the world, eh? You are very lucky in terms of cruiser markets. But what do you think, guys? You think it was just the Euro 4 and Euro 5 that came to screw the European cruiser market? Or is it something something else that added to it, it made it that way? I think the Euro 4s and Euro 5 played a big part on it. But saying that, at the same time, companies are still selling bikes and they all had to adapt their models to comply with the latest regulations. I don't really know, maybe per sales, yeah, at least here in Europe, I don't think the cruiser market is as strong as the one in the US, for example. I want a second-hand bike. I have plenty on the market, plenty of Vulcan 900s and Yamaha's XVS 950s and Suzuki's and all that. But I know some people don't really like it, are against it or whatever, but I think all the safety features that you can add to a bike that can be or can indeed make a difference, like ABS, I mean, I'm totally in favor of that. If it will add more safety to a bike, absolutely, I'm totally in favor of that. And ABS for me is a no-brainer, because look at the Vulcan 900s, the Yamahas, all those on the second-hand market, and you see that none of them that I know of has ABS as an option. Now I want to get a V-twin. I don't know, if let's say I had good fun with this bike, good fun, but now I feel like, yeah, I always wanted a cruiser, and whilst this one offers me some of that cruiser style and features and all that, it is still missing on the sound. And for me, sound is a big part of the riding experience, and I like to hear that deep growl of a V-twin, and this one doesn't really give me that, does it? Even if I put like aftermarket exhaust on this, it will be always a bit like meh. If I want to upgrade, my options are not that many. V-twins, I'll probably have to go Indian or Harley, but then I will be paying a lot, certainly more than what a Kawasaki Vulcan 900 would cost. That's it. I'm just sad today. I'm just sad for our cruiser market and for the options that we used to have and what we have now. So yeah, we don't really have much options nowadays. What the hell? Go as you please funerals, and then they have very Halloweenish or very Halloween themed coffins there. I like it. Cool. I'll buy my coffin from here then. Why not? But well, my friends, I think we'll leave it here. I'm sorry if this rant made no sense at all. But anyway, tell me what you think. What do you think of the European cruiser market at the moment? Do you think you have enough choices? If not, what do you think really killed the market? Was the Euro 5, Euro 4 and Euro 5 alone? Or, you know, was that with something else as well? So a combination of factors. Let me know down there in the comments what you think. So I'll leave you right now, my friends. So I'll thank you for watching. Ride safe, and I'll see you soon. Adios.